how this works. God, I love this. Back. So, let me see if this is working. Keeping track on this. Alrighty. Metal Gear Solid. And it's save data, which is just something I really appreciate, that it allows me to add save data to it. So I wanted to see what Psycho Mantis has to say, so I never had any other Konami games that I had saved for it. So he would always say my memory is completely clean. So on this playthrough of Metal Gear Solid, we will see for the first time Psycho Mantis reading my memory card and actually saying something. So I put on Castlevania, I put on Contra Legacy of War, I put on Silent Hill. See what he says on any of those. So back. Let's see if this does it. Oh, perfect. I don't have to switch apps. It's just playing. It's amazing. Fucked up my moment because the stupid thing didn't want to work. Let's check the audio. What's wrong with the audio? Why is the audio not working? Edit. Why is the game audio not working? Huh. Add audio. Apps. Why are we not getting game audio? What is going on here? What is going on? I'm hearing it just fine on my end. It's playing. Let's see. Let's see if I just quit it and go back to it. Because I was having a moment. I was finally streaming my favorite game ever, and then the audio fucked up. Let's see if it comes through now. I thought I heard something. Yeah, I'm hearing it come through. Let's try upping that. How is that coming through? Okay, let's try this again. Seems to be coming fine for me. All right, here we go.
Nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by next-generation special forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon. You'll have two mission objectives. First, you're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages. Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike and stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit, and one that I was a commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, a beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound squad leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake.
The man with the same code name as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes, this is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
That intro is so fucking iconic. It is. Oh my goodness. Like, a lot of people don't understand. Like, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I would not be a military veteran. Well, maybe. That one's half and half. But I definitely wouldn't be a writer. I would not be a writer if it wasn't for Metal Gear Solid. And I'd say it's one part family tradition, one part getting an interest in all things military because of this game. So we're gonna play a little VR mission and play a couple of these, and then I'll play a little bit of the. Oh, I fucked that up. I'm not used to playing it with the fucking. I'm not used to playing it with the joystick.
Impressive, Snake.
I'm used to playing it with the D-pad, so this joystick on this game is just, I don't like it. Come on, come on, come on. Walk the corner, walk the corner. Okay. He's gonna turn around and see me. Yep! Fucking called it! Fucking called it! I knew he was gonna do that shit. The gun mode is the hardest mode on VR missions. Come on, asshole. Oh! No, sir. Not today.
What was that noise?
Fuck both y'all. Damn. Oh.
You're as good as they said.
Okay. Works for me. Come on. Turn the corner, asshole. Let's restart that.
What was that noise? What was that noise?
This one I'm just gonna crawl under. Oh, I have to snap his neck. I wasted too much ammo. Damn. I'll let you decide, Pete. Should I try that again, or should I just rock it to the next stage? What do you think? I'm letting you decide. Rock it to the next stage? Alrighty. Let's do it. Next stage. You know, I've played the actual VR mission a million times. God damn it! Too slow on the trigger. I'm good with the sneaky missions for the most part. The gun missions, I've probably played Metal Gear Solid 2 more than I've played the fucking gun missions.
What was that noise?
Turn around! I'm not gonna get it. Too slow. Oh, narrowly got in. Damn. This one, I vaguely remember. Oh, I'm fucked. Restart. Too much. I burned through too much ammo.
What was that noise?
What the fuck? Try this again. Wow, I don't know the controls apparently.
What was that noise?
Alright, that's better. Damn.
Good work. You're as good as they said.
Oh, I got a third place. I'll take it. This is stage 6. Yep. Oh. You know, I'm not even going to play the rest of these right now. I'm going to jump into the game. So, I remember if I ever come back and do the rest of these, when you do the survival mode, where you have to do all 10 of them in one single stage and do it in less than 7 minutes, it unlocks a video that shows the devs playing it, and they're like Blaze Ops, fucking John Wick, fucking Jason Bourne bullshit. Alright, so we have no save file. Alright, here we go, guys. So I'm going to pick normal. Easy is a little too easy. Full confession time, I have never beaten the game beyond normal. I actually remember for the first fucking, I want to say 15 years I played this game. I only played it on easy, and then finally I graduated to normal. So at this rate, I'll graduate to hard on fucking when I'm 40. But then again, if the stream gets popular and they want to see it, maybe I'll play through with on hard and see if we can do it on hard, because I lean on the radar. The radar is a crutch for me. I lean on that shit fucking hardcore. So I'm all in on that radar. And once you get to hard, radar's off. And I don't even want to think about extreme. Like, oh man. It's like, on the one hand, as long as they don't change the patterns of the guards, which I think in they don't change the patterns of the guards. The patterns are made the same, but the guards can see further. You don't see them coming. It's something, but I'll go with normal.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swat down a couple of bothersome flies.
This is Snake. Colonel, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake?
Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
Just as I expected. You'll have to take the elevator to the surface. But make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Are you talking the first game, like, ever, or are you talking the first game in the series? I can't speak for ever, but as for the first game in the series, yes. This is it is actually the first game in the series to have voice acting. Oh, remember when Metal Gear 2, when a rat bit you and you automatically fucking died? Yeah, I'm glad that's not the case anymore. I don't know. Alright, come on, controller, don't let me down. So, I remember watching a certain derpy streamer who fails at stealth and likes to go, fucking Kojima, play this game, and... Oh, what the hell? Oh, what the fuck? That is not in the original. It put it right behind him. It didn't do full fucking first person. What the hell was that? Alrighty. See, I know stealth if I can... What's that? What is it, Colonel?
Snake, there's an elevator there you can take up to the ground.
Yep, I just found that out the other day.
For the elevator to come down. You better hide somewhere.
So, check this out. So, yeah, now it's... Okay, what the hell? This is not the case in fucking original Metal Gear Solid. This is weird. This is trippy. Why is it doing that? But before we get going, one of my favorite fucking conversations.
Are you smoking?
Yeah, so what?
Didn't you know that cigarettes contain benzopyrene, a chemical that leads to lung cancer? We now know that when benzopyrene enters the body, it changes to benzopyrene diolipoxide, BPDE, and attaches to the receptors on the p53 gene, the gene which causes lung cancer. The BPDE attaches to the p53 gene in 3 specific locations and causes precancerous changes to the lung tissue.
You know a lot about science, but you don't know how good a cigarette tastes in the morning.
I love that conversation. So, anyone tuning in, if you were expecting a fucking speed run, you're not getting a speed run out of me on this one. The purpose of this is to highlight the story of the game, to highlight the little Easter eggs, to go through and give people who've played the game before a taste of nostalgia, and then people who haven't played the game, to give them a sense of why this game is as popular as it is, why Konami was like, we'll make some money by doing the Master Collection, and yeah, and personally, people that follow me, I want them to see the impact this game has had on my life. So, and I'm going to demonstrate why. But then also, I'm going to point out where there's some flaws in the game. It's not perfect, but it is to me, it's the perfect game, but it's not perfect, if that makes sense. So, but also we'll have veterans commentary too as we go along. So, he's got the Draeger Larvae rebreather. That's the one they meant to articulate with that, which is pretty good for a stealth operation. If you're doing reconnaissance, you're trying to stay undetected. So, a rebreather versus a scuba with the self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Scuba, you're blowing oxygen bubbles to the top, and that can compromise your position. A rebreather circulates your carbon dioxide, reoxygenates it, and you can breathe it back in. Now, there's a couple downsides to that. You can't go beyond a certain depth. because now you run the risk of I want to say it's over oxygenating, like oxygen poisoning, if you go beyond a certain depth, because you're sitting here going through it. But then also, what else? I'm trying to remember what other the flaws. Certain depth. That's the one that I can think off the top of my head that's particular to the rebreather. But the upside is no oxygen bubbles. So, and that's actually used by special operations forces in real life.
It's Snake. I'm in front of the disposal facility.
Excellent, Snake. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit.
Thanks to the VR training I did on board the
Discovery.
How's that sneaking suit working out?
I'm nice and dry, but it's a little hard to move.
Bear with it. It's designed to prevent hypothermia. This is Alaska, you know.
Take it easy, I'm grateful. If it weren't for your suit and your shot, I would have turned into a popsicle out there.
An anti-freezing peptide, Snake. All of the genome soldiers in this exercise are using it.
I see. I'm relieved to hear that. Already tested, huh? By the way, how's the diversionary operation going?
2 F-16s just took off from Galena and are headed your way. The terrorist radar should have already picked them up.
Behind D. Colonel, what's a Russian gunship doing here?
I have no idea. But it looks like our little diversion got their attention. Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed. There are only 18 hours left until their deadline. You've got to hurry.
Wow, you must be crazy to fly a hind in this kind of weather.
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. I haven't introduced you to yet. This is Mei Ling. She was assigned to us as our visual and data processing specialist. She designed your codec, as well as your Soliton radar system. Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just didn't expect a world-class designer of military technology to be so cute.
You're just flattering me.
No, I'm serious. Well, I know I won't be bored for the next 18 hours.
Come on. I can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous Solid Snake. But I'm surprised. You're very frank for a trained killer.
Looks like we both have a lot to learn about each other.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to learning about the man behind the legend. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system. The bright dot in the middle is you, Snake. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Be careful, Snake. The genome soldiers have highly developed senses of hearing and vision due to their gene therapy. Make sure you don't let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site and look for the DARPA chief.
The DARPA chief was injected with the same GPS transmitting
Left at the
nanomachines
comment.
as you. He should appear on your radar as a green dot.
Get whatever information you can from him about the terrorists. If he's alive, that is.
You should bring the dog around and just scratch her behind the ears and introduce her to Metal Gear Solid.
Snake, your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it.
Yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
Yes, it's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful.
We'll be monitoring your movements by radar, so contact us by codec anytime you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake, we're here to back you up, so call if you need some information or advice. I'm also in charge of your mission data. Contact me if you want me to record your current status. My frequency is 140.96. It's a dedicated frequency for saving data. Don't forget it.
Remember, except for your binoculars, you're naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever weapons you can find.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here, and then all my weapons are taken away. Imagine yourself put in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
I'll hold you to that, Doctor. By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did manage to smuggle out my smokes.
How did you do that?
In my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acids.
Cigarettes? How are those going to help you?
You never know.
Okay, Snake didn't put him in his stomach. That's a mistranslation. He put it in his prison pocket.
If you want to get in, there's the front door. It's the fastest way, but there's too much risk of being spotted by the enemy.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in. There's one sentry on the left and one on the right. They're armed with 5.56ers and pineapples.
What about the air duct near the door? There should also be a duct on the second floor.
I can't see it from here.
I'll let you decide the best COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
Now, I will say this about Jeremy Blostein. He's going off of, I'm going to the top. I always go to the fucking top. I never fucking, the fucking first person view is bugged on this. This is not the original. I wonder if that's a fucking known issue. Okay, look up. There you go, look up. I'm not even gonna get the SOCOM. Okay. You know, fuck this. I am gonna get the SOCOM. I'll do that on a subsequent run. Those of you who played the game know exactly what I'm talking about. Keep forgetting to hit that button.
Good. You've got yourself a weapon. To use it, first hold down the R2 button to enter weapon mode. Then select the weapon you want with the directional button. After you've selected the weapon you want, let go of the R2 button to exit weapon mode. The weapon you selected should appear in your hand. To use the weapon, follow the directions displayed in the window. If you use the R1 button, you can equip your weapon more quickly. While you're barehanded, press the R1 button to equip the last weapon you used. Press the R1 button while you're holding a weapon to be barehanded again. Don't fire your gun needlessly, or you might be discovered. If you had a gun with a suppressor, it would be a different story. If you have any questions about weapons or equipment, you should ask our military analyst, Nastasha. Her frequency is 141.52.
Yeah, let's give her a call while we're at it.
This is Nastasha Romanenko. A pleasure to work with you, Solid Snake.
You're the nuclear specialist that the Colonel mentioned?
That's me. You can ask me anything about nukes that you want. I am also a military analyst, so I have an extensive knowledge of weapon systems as well. They asked me to participate in this operation as a supervisor from the Nuclear Emergency Search Team. I was happy to accept. We must not allow terrorists to get their hands on nuclear weapons of any kind. I hope I can help you to stop them.
You're a tough lady.
Those terrorists are serious about launching a nuclear weapon? The world cannot stand by idly and allow that to happen, and neither can I. Unfortunately, all I can do from here is provide you with information.
Hopefully that'll be enough. Another soldier here wouldn't make a difference anyway. It's good to work with you, Nastasha.
Same here, Snake.
Okay, for all these years, I know she talks about smoking, but I thought that was like a fucking little headset microphone. That's why I was staring at the screen. And this is a testament to just how nuanced and leveled this game is and layered. That's a fucking cigarette hanging out of her fucking mouth. That's not a... Now, granted, it's because I'm playing on a computer and I can lean in and look. On the PlayStation, you're kind of sitting back and it just looks like a little microphone. But I was looking to see where it curved back. It goes straight from her lips out. That's a fucking cigarette. But also, Slava Ukraini, because fuck Russia. But Natasha Romanenko is Ukrainian, so got to bring that up. But here we go.
Хорошо. Good. You found a SOCOM. That's a Special Operations Command pistol. It's a 45 caliber pistol with plenty of stopping power. It's also equipped with a LAM for nighttime combat. If you hold down the weapon button, you can train the laser sight on the enemy to help you aim. If you find a SOCOM suppressor, you can equip that too. That pistol was designed specifically for use by special forces, so I think it will be useful. Some people find it a little heavy and hard to use, but it shouldn't be a problem for you.
So, the situation in which Snake finds himself here, the SOCOM actually is a good choice. The SOCOM is meant to be... the whole purpose of the SOCOM program... Hold on, wait a second.
A surveillance camera?
Man stands in awe of modern technology. Does not get caught because I'm a fucking ninja. But, I always love that. And I hated that they corrected that in Twin Snakes. He was like, a surveillance camera. I liked how, like, as a kid, you're like, whoa, a surveillance camera? As an adult, especially as a veteran, you're like, yeah, no fucking shit, it's a surveillance camera. But now it's just a source of humor every single time. A surveillance camera?
That base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air. There should be air ducts around there somewhere. They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that too. You're not gonna believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something like that again, he'll launch the nuke. Snake, hurry up and get in there. That Hind will be coming back soon.
That's the video I was referencing when I said man stands in awe of modern technology. Because that was the, someone made a video of it where it was, man stands in awe of modern technology, gets caught, and it's fucking hilarious. But first, let's meet the next member of the support team.
Snake, this is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master, what are you doing here?
I quit being a drill instructor, so I moved out here for some peace and quiet. I'm in retirement, just like you. Once in a while, I still help train the Alaskan Scouts.
Passing on the skills to a new generation, huh?
Campbell told me about the situation here. I thought I might be of some use.
There's no one I'd rather have in a foxhole than you.
Well, I know lots about survival in a harsh environment. I've lived in Alaska longer than you, so call me if you have any questions about the flora or fauna out here. My frequency is 141.80.
Now, if you notice, I haven't killed a single person yet, so I'm doing pretty good. Now, granted, I know this game inside and out, but I've practiced this. But then again, in the real world, that's how DevGru took down Bin Laden. They had months upon months of training on a mock-up of the facility, so.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
What about the vent shaft cleaning?
They just opened the vent covers. They're about to start spraying for rats.
First floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
So I actually found out. Well, first, I'd like the scene. I think they should have played it regardless because I've killed nobody yet. But when you kill somebody or you get caught, he goes, "Did something happen? There's an intruder." Really? He's already done 3 people. He's killed 3 people? Yeah. Says he's stealth too. Stealth. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the fucking first person view is bugged. Because usually you'd be able to lock in on that. It's not. Stealth. There's an intruder besides me. Anyway, I want you to increase the security detail on the chief. Yeah, I gotta look that up on Steam. The first person view is bugged. And which is weird because I had Metal Gear Solid on Good Old Games. It wouldn't let me stream it, but I had it and it didn't have this problem. Yes, Colonel. Shut up, for Christ's sake! I don't know how to climb a ladder. Jesus, out my ear.
Use the elevator to change floors. There should be a cargo elevator that you can take down somewhere around there. Try to find it.
Yep. Yeah, the first person view is bugged. I'm gonna have to look that up after we get done with this. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if that's a known issue. If there's a fix for it. Oh, look at that ninja skill. You know, it took me probably like 5 years of playing this game to fucking figure out how to get past those cameras without chaff grenades. And I think it was the VR training that taught me too. I don't know why they come back up to this high ready every time they pause. That makes no sense to me. I would just stay at the low ready the whole time, personally. That's more muscle engagement than to hold it at the high ready. On repeat. So there he is. So I think after the camera makes its next rotation, I'll be clear to make my move. Otherwise, we're about to get into a hell of a firefight. Here we go. Oh. Go away. I think it should be clear. I just want this. Here's another trick, guys. I'm either about to get caught or I'm about to make it. In Metal Gear Solid 1, if you push the button twice, bye-bye. Pushing that elevator button twice, you will immediately summon the elevator. A little fucking cheat code for you right there.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
I get why they changed Maylene's accent for Twin Snakes and going forward. I understand that because they definitely went with the stereotypical, oh, there's no, she can't pronounce L's or R's, whatever. So I get it, but there was no reason to change Nastasha's accent. There was no reason to change Naomi's accent. Ah, great. It won't let me do the fucking... Yep, we're going to miss out on that now because... So, yep, because the first person view is bugged, we can't get all that, so... God, a damn cold. I hate Alaska. Boy, oh boy, that woman's built all right. So Johnny Sasaki's down there taking a shit, fantasizing about Meryl. How do I push the action button here? It's not PS4. This is the PC glitch. This is I gotta figure out on Steam why it's glitching like this. Because it's kind of taken away from the full experience, and it's starting to upset me a little bit. And then, is that a woman? Not him. Let's try this. Nope. Doing it with a joystick doesn't work either. Alrighty, cutscene time.
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You here to save me, huh? What's your outfit?
I'm the pawn they sent here to save your worthless butt.
Really? It's true. You don't look like one of them. In that case, hurry up and get me out of here.
Slow down. Don't worry. First, I want some information about the terrorists.
The terrorists?
Do they really have the ability to launch a nuke?
What are you talking about?
The terrorists are threatening the White House. They say if they don't accede to their demands, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
Sweet Jesus.
Is it possible?
It's possible. They could launch a nuke.
How do they plan to launch? I thought this place was just for keeping the dismantled warheads. They shouldn't have access to a missile.
What I'm about to tell you is classified information. Okay? We were conducting exercises with a new type of experimental weapon. A weapon that will change the world.
What?
A weapon with the ability to launch a nuclear attack from any place on the face of the Earth. A nuclear-equipped walking battle tank.
Metal Gear. It can't be.
You knew? Metal Gear is one of the most secret black projects. How did you know that?
We've had a couple of run-ins in the past. So that's the reason you were here at this disposal site?
Why else would I come to a godforsaken place like this?
I had heard the Metal Gear project was scrapped.
On the contrary, it's grown into a huge joint project between ArmsTech and ourselves. We were going to use this exercise as raw data and then proceed to mass production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex. The code name for the new Metal Gear prototype. They're probably already finished arming the warhead they plan to use with Rex. These guys are pros. They're all experienced in handling and equipping weapons.
Hey! Shut up in there, will ya?
But I thought that all nuclear warheads were equipped with safety measures. Some kind of detonation code that you have to input.
Oh, you mean PAL? Yes, of course, there is a PAL. It's set up so that you need to input 2 different passwords in order to launch the device.
There are 2 passwords?
Yes. Baker knows one, and I know one.
Baker? The president of ArmsTech?
That's right. Each of us needs to input our password, or there can be no launch. But they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
one of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic powers.
This is bad.
It's just a matter of time before they get Baker's too.
If they find out Baker's password...
Yes, they'll be able to launch a nuke anytime. But there is a way to stop the launch.
What?
The card keys.
Card keys?
They were designed by ArmsTech, the system developers, as an emergency override. Even without the passwords, you can just insert the card keys and engage the safety lock.
And if I do that?
Yes. You can stop the launch.
That card key.
So where are the keys?
Baker should have them. Listen, you need 3 card keys. There are 3 different slots to put them in. You need to insert a card into each one of them.
Okay, 3 card keys. Do you know where they might be keeping Baker?
Somewhere in the 2nd floor basement.
2nd floor basement?
I heard the guards say they moved him to an area that has a lot of electronic jamming.
Any other clues?
Yes, they cemented over the entrances, but didn't have enough time to paint them. Why don't you look for the areas where the walls are a different color? Here, take this. It's my ID card. It'll open any level 1 security door. It's called a PAN card. It works together with your body's own electrical field.
Personal area network, huh?
It transmits data using the salts in your body as the transmission medium. As you approach the door's security devices, they'll read the data stored in the card.
And the doors will open automatically. Okay, I'm gonna get you out of here.
Wait a minute.
What is it?
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
I just said no.
So does the White House plan to give in to the terrorists' demands?
That's their problem. It has nothing to do with my orders.
But what about the Pentagon?
Pentagon? What is it?
Hey, what happened?
Dead.
Naomi, the chief. What happened?
I don't know. It looked like a heart attack, but...
A heart attack? No.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not. Snake, you've got to understand. This op is security level red. You need the highest security clearance to get access to the complete file.
You want me to believe that you're in charge of this op, but you don't have complete access to the file?
I told you, the Secretary of Defense is in operational control. I'm just here as your support. Snake, we don't have time to debate. Get out of there and find President Baker.
At least I can still do this. There's Johnny Sasaki getting his ass handed to him. Now, here's what Snake's about to fuck up. If he checked his corners, he'd have saw her right there as soon as he comes out the door. Instead...
Don't move.
Oh! He's got under...
So you...
In the original, he was butt-ass naked.
Squid? No, you're not. Don't move.
Is this the first time you ever pointed a gun at a person? Your hands are shaking. Can you...
Careful. I'm no...
Liar. That nervous glance, that scared look in your eyes. They're rookies' eyes if I ever saw them. You've never shot a person, am I right?
You talk too much.
You haven't even taken the safety off, rookie.
I told you I'm no rookie.
You're not one of them, are you?
Open that door. You've got a card, don't you?
Why?
So we can get the hell out of here.
Looks like we'll be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think! Shoot!
What I like to do here is, Colonel, what should I do?
Snake, what are you doing? Take care of the bad guys and get the hell out of there. You better use that weapon you found.
John Wick, bitch.
What are you waiting for? Shoot!
Don't talk to me like a rookie.
I'm telling you, shoot!
Okay, so this is why I'm about to show you. This is why you check your corners when you enter and clear a room. Here's why. It's a fatal funnel. Give me more ammo. Notice how those grenades didn't hurt me? You notice how those guys never got a beat on me? Because those motherfuckers don't check their corners.
Thanks for the help.
Wait! Who are you?
You fool! You've killed him!
I'm sorry, sir.
His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
Now we'll never get that detonation code.
Boss, I have a good idea.
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake. The nanomachines are functioning properly.
So what was it?
It must have been psychometric interference coming from Psycho Mantis, Foxhound's psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback loop.
So that was Mantis.
Probably stock sound effects. I mean, they're not the most inaccurate sounds I've heard, but they're definitely not the. Let's fire our shoot round off real quick. Not the most inaccurate, but not the most accurate either. So yeah, so fucking. See if the first person works with the scope. Yeah, he's wearing fucking underwear now because in the original Metal Gear Solid, you could zoom in. That doesn't look right. The way he's shaking as he's on his knees in front of the dude's ass. Like, that's not right, buddy. Yeah, think about that shit. Oh, let's get that ration then. Alrighty. So before I quit the game, we are gonna get our SOCOM suppressor and our cardboard box.
Huh?
I always figured it as that vent was locked down before they entered and cleared the room. So the key to the suppressor, hopefully I'm not rusty and I don't fuck this up. So I fucked this up, it was about to be a firefight. I fucked it up. Oh! Ho, ho! Jesus Christ. That was fucking... I thought I was dead. Alrighty. Well, we got the suppressor now. Still got it. Whew. That was fucking... That got a little intense there. Of course, that's a fucking worthless mode right now. That was pretty fucking intense. Oh, he's coming. So I've got 2 mags plus 1 in the pipe, so... There's a silicon pistol. You're running a 12-round magazine. Plus you're running 1 in the chamber. Fuck you. You gave me that shit. That's one less asshole I gotta worry about now. I'm full on chaff grenades. Saving those at the end of the game.
What have you got there? A cardboard box?
Yeah, remember that trick.
That's the snake I remember. Those poor fools won't know what hit them.
Now, having beaten Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, it takes on a little bit more fucking meaning.
A cardboard box, huh? Just like Zanzibar.
It saved my skin more than a few times in outer heaven, too.
Yep.
Getting the maximum use out of ordinary on-hand objects is the first principle of survival. It's especially important in covert operations.
I haven't forgotten what you taught me.
And then one more.
A cardboard box. A cardboard box usually consists of a thin pasteboard with a corrugated paper center. They are usually made of recycled paper. It was first invented in Europe over 100 years ago. It was originally used to absorb one's sweat when wearing hats. With the same amount of wood to make one wooden box, you can make 6 or 7 cardboard boxes. And since it's recyclable, it's highly economical. In addition, it's strong and easy to store. That's why it's widely used for packing. But to avoid damaging weapons and other delicate instruments when shipping them, they should be packed in stronger boxes like wood or something. Also, the crevices should be filled with styrofoam to prevent them from moving around. So, anyway, what's with the box?
Oh, nothing. No big deal.
Huh? Just a box. Oh, I don't have that key yet. I'll have to come back here after the fucking fight. Well, I got everything I can from here. So we're going to go to the next point. We're going to save it. And then we'll be done for now. I might hop on later on tonight. We will see. I won't be able to stay up too late though. I got stuff to do in the AM offline. So we did get our goodies though, so alright. Slipped out of here. Alright, he's not looking. Now we're gonna save it.
You caught Snake? Snake, remember what the Gaul said. The graveyards are full of indispensable men. Snake, you're all alone and surrounded by bad guys. Try to be careful and avoid getting into a fight whenever you can.
You're right. Wow, you know all sorts of great quotes, don't you?
Well, both my parents are from Guangdong, China, but I was born and raised in America. I've always liked reading literature from both sides. Kinda keeps me in touch. I'll share some more quotes with you if you like.
I'm looking forward to it. But to tell you the truth, I'd like to learn more about you.
Well, I'll think about it.
Are you gonna ditch her at the LZ like you ditched Holly White? And now, in today's episode of Dumb Ways to Die, I hope that doesn't count as a continue. That should not count as a continue. But, yeah, so we finally started my favorite game of all time. We finally started Metal Gear Solid. We finally are on the, on my favorite game, and we've gotten through our first little ambush. Don't think, shoot. One of my favorite scenes. Yeah, a lot of this. I like a lot of the scenes in this game, to be honest. But I'm hoping since I exited, it didn't count. I'm hoping, and that's specifically why I saved it and then died. So, but then again, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 2, and I specifically saved it right before that scene where you got to do the cartwheel over to the fucking burning area to get the AK suppressor, and I kept dying there, even though I was like, quit, reload. I was like, restart the PlayStation every single time, and it still counted like one or two of those deaths against me. So I'm hoping that's not the case here. Maybe they got smart with Metal Gear Solid 2. But, yeah, so if I knock out everything I got to knock out today, might hop on again in the early evening. It'll be like middle of the evening, or like start of early of the night for the East Coast. For those people watching the East Coast, West Coast people, it'll be like late evening, early night. But if I get some time to play some more, but we'll play some more if we get the time. Try to get another boss or two, get to the first couple bosses, and watch some cutscenes. And like I said, the localization from Jeremy Blostein is really what makes this game for me. That's a huge part of it. And the plot, obviously, Kojima's plot, Kojima's themes, Kojima's characterization. Well, on Metal Gear Solid 1, I'm going to say like 90% of the characterization was Kojima, 95%. There's 5% that's sprinkled in through Blostein's localization. And the part that fucking blows my mind the most, though, is that Kojima got so mad that Blostein tweaked some things and then he continued to use the things that he tweaked, which I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna like just calling it the codec, if you're gonna keep using that, give the man some credit, you know. Yeah, I don't know, but from what we saw in that scene, they clearly did some research on infiltration methods, using the larvae Drager. If you watch the briefing, which I thought about doing, but that's a lot of cutscene to watch, and then you have to get it just right. Because honestly, like, there's a couple hidden cutscenes. One where if you don't watch any of the videos, and one where you watch all of them, you'll be there for like at least like 45 minutes watching it. So it takes a minute, like 30, 45 minutes to watch all those. But they go into detail there, which is like if you want to just jump in the game, you can just jump in the game. If you actually want some background and story, then you can fucking watch the cutscenes where they said, "Hey, from there on you have to swim." Snake is all like, "You expect me to swim in sub-zero Alaskan water?" And then they talk about how his sneaky suit has polythermal technology, which is what they alluded to when he was at the helipad. But yeah, that whole suit, head to toe, was designed to trap all of his heat and protect him from the elements. And I don't know if they have something like that in real life, to be completely honest. I don't have the answer to that. I'd have to look that up. But SDV, the swimmer delivery vehicle, that is a real thing that we saw. That is actually a thing. Now, I don't think there's any in the U.S. arsenal that I'm aware of that is launched like a torpedo. Usually there's something called a dry dock that's attached to a submarine, and the SDV, which they use swimmer delivery vehicle. In the U.S. military parlance, they call it a SEAL delivery vehicle. And you get into this passageway, if I remember correctly, through the sub into the dry dock. You load it up, you get your equipment going, they flood it, and then once it's depressurized, flooded, it opens up and off you go. And that's the SDV models that the U.S. military uses. Now, I do know there is such thing as a human torpedo. Would you launch it like that? But that is, I guess that they launched it for dramatic effect, or maybe they don't want to try to animate a dry dock deal, or maybe the dry dock wasn't public knowledge back in the 90s. I don't know, but that infiltration method, yeah, using the SDV to propel him along. That's what an SDV does. It saves you a lot of time of travel, and then from there you park it, swim out from there. If you have enough battery, you can jump back in and go back the other direction. But I think they fact that into their range, because those SDVs are not cheap, and you really don't want to abandon it if you can avoid that. The biggest stickler with this, which again, Blostein came up with the term OSP, on-site procurement, which is its own TV tropes page. It's used to this day in fiction. The Japanese script just said procure locally, and Jeremy Blostein was like, that doesn't sound like something like a military man would say. Then he noticed reading the Rogue Warrior books, which is where that's how he educated himself on military terminology, military lexicon and lingo, was military loves their acronyms. We do love our acronyms. And so he's like, there's got to be an acronym for this. He went looking, he couldn't find an acronym, so he made one up, on-site procurement. And and I actually remember when I was playing this as a kid, I legit thought on-site procurement was a fucking thing because it sounded legit. So, now, that said, this kind of operation, yeah, you're not going in with zero fucking weapons. Not like that. No. you're going in with something. You might not go in heavily armed, but you're not going in unarmed either. So I feel like the later games, the franchise do a better job of that, equipping you, like letting you carry in a primary and a secondary, which is probably what you would do in that scenario. You would carry something. Now, that said, now if you're talking broader covert operations, because like this, what we're looking at here is like a military infiltration. Like you're doing a special reconnaissance on a target is what you're doing. Let's say this is part of a broader deal. So, say it's a scenario like, well, even Ghost Recon Wildlands wouldn't be accurate. But let's say you're going into a country that is potentially hostile. You're going to do some gangster shit. You are traveling under non-official cover, so you're traveling under commercial cover probably. Journalistic cover perhaps, but 9 times out of 10 it's going to be under a commercial cover. You're going to be running a front company. And you get in that country to do some gangster shit. You can't really. I mean, you could try to go, hey, let's use a diplomatic pouch, send the weapons to the embassy via diplomatic pouch, and then have a gopher from the embassy drop it off at a dead drop. But then there's so many factors there that can go fucking wrong. You can be caught dropping off the weapons. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you could be caught dropping off the weapons. You could be caught picking up the weapons. Someone could find the package and steal it. The weapons could be mistakenly attributed to the U.S. government. If you get caught with them, they'll absolutely be attributed. But so much going on there that it could be to the point where if it is truly a covert operation, if it's truly an operation where you're attempting to conceal the identity of the sponsor, maybe not necessarily the action itself, which, by the way, that is the difference between covert and clandestine. Clandestine conceals the operation itself. Covert conceals the identity of the operation sponsor. And in that scenario, you might want to fly in, no weapons, and at that point it's on to you to either have a network in place for logistical supplies, or you know somebody that does. So with that would be a case of on-site procurement. You fly into the country naked, not literally in the military sense. You fly into the country naked, you grease some palms, you make some calls, and then you're armed. But even in that scenario, like if they were going to go do something like this, the infiltration Shadow Moses, yeah, you might do weapons equipment OSP getting to the location, but once you're actually getting to the infiltration part, like we're past the insertion. We've infiltrated. Well, no, it goes insertion then infiltration. So he's been inserted in this scenario into the area of operations, and then he's infiltrating the objective. So by the time you hit the infiltration phase, you should be armed. Now you're not going to run around and waylay every single person, because the minute you drop a single person in a real life reconnaissance, you're compromised. That is a hard compromise, or it's a soft compromise. That's a moderate compromise. If I'd say, I actually didn't kill anybody up until the prison fight. I snuck around everybody, and then the prison fight happened. That's a hard compromise, and then from there I'm just like, cool. I'm just gonna start dumping motherfuckers, because now I got a silencer suppressor on my pistol. So, like I said, the CQB, they actually studied a SWAT team out in California to get the tactics. So especially for a 32-bit game, way ahead of its fucking time. With the limits of that technology, the tactics that the Genome soldiers were using were sound. especially for the technical limitations of the day. But obviously you saw, you just put yourself in the corner and all right, cool. Pop, 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 pop. You're dead. So that's really all I have to note on that right now. So I think it's time for me to hit the hay. So anybody else besides Pete watched in, thank you. Obviously, Pete, good to see you. And looking forward to riding out the rest of this journey and getting through Metal Gear Solid 1, and then 2 and 3. And then at that point, waiting around for for Master Collection Volume 2. That's going to be something to snatch up out the gate. And then obviously, Ready or Not's going to be dropping the full game here in the next couple days. So once I get through the Master Collection, maybe after Master Collection, before I resume my Splinter Cell playthrough, I guess resume my Splinter Cell things. I gotta beat Pandora tomorrow on the PS3, which I can't stream. But once I get done with that, I'll come play Chaos Theory Onward on the PC. But before I do that, and after Metal Gear, I'll do Ready or Not, and then play through that. But thanks for everyone tuning in, and if we get time later on, we will resume this. So stay tuned.